Hi, this is John Tierney from the Historic Graves Project, and just got some post, the last of the Christmas post I think. This one is unusual because it has French on it, small packet, petit packet. So when I saw it I knew it was from Patrick Leahy, and Patrick's in Canada, and he's after writing a local history of sorts. I haven't seen it now yet. First came across Patrick in about 4 or 5 years ago on Facebook, and I thought he was a young Irish farmer, but he's actually based out in Ontario, and his book is Driving Forward, The Power of the Horse in Douro Township, 1850 to 1900. I'm going to look at it now and report back. Right, I've had a quick look at Patrick's book, and it's already, you can tell straight away it's good quality. The focus is on the role of horsemanship and the management and economy of horses in the late 19th century and first half of the 20th century in that part of Ontario. But the reason I'm particularly interested is Patrick combines the history of people with the history of horses. My first scan relates to people because of the Peter Robinson project, where we're trying to trace Munster people, let's say North Cork, South Limerick, who went out that part of Ontario from 1825 onwards. And Patrick's book has his Leahys, who went out in 1825 as part of the Peter Robinson, and also Maher family, who went out about 10 years later. And in the book, he, in one of his extensive footnotes, Patrick outlines that the Mahers and the Leahys were linked from those 1830s onwards. They intermarried, they worked together. Essentially, you had a South Munster community translocated out to Ontario, and the old links survived into the right up to modern times. Here Patrick is telling us that in the Peterborough Atlas, the Maher name is spelt Maher, M-A-W-H-E-R, Maher, M-A-G-H-E-R, or Maher, in various locations in the 19th century. And that, in a way, reflects our own history here in Ireland. Spellings don't really matter for surnames in the majority of cases. Surnames were said far more often than they were written. There's no wrong way of spelling a surname, based on my experience anyway, recording headstones. The spelling reflects a whole load of little factors and local factors. My own people, my great-grandmother was a Maher from North Tipperary, and the surname itself is found throughout south, just North Munster really, and parts of over into Offaly. And if you were to ask anybody in Ireland today, where's it from, they'd say, oh, Maher is usually a Tipperary name. But it looks like William Maher, who is his diaries were one of the main sources used by Patrick, was from the Kilworth area in County Cork. And his Leahys came from Patrick Leahy, and I'm not sure which Leahy that was who went out with the Peter Robinsons. There was a Leahy in Connacht, which is East Cork, West Waterford, and there was also another Leahy. I'm gone blank now. I'll have to ask Patrick which Leahy he's related to. And his Maher, the man who left the diaries, he married twice. William Maher purchased a farm. His first wife was Johanna Torpy. Now, my mother and father are living in a house that previously in County Limerick, that was a Torpy house, as in the Torpy family had, one of the Torpys had lived there. And William and Johanna had 7 children from 1852 to 1864, and Johanna died in May 1864. And then in 1872, he didn't rush into it, William married Honora O'Shea. So staying within the ethnicity, and married to Honora, they had children right up to 1894. So as Patrick points out, William had and his 2 wives had children across a 42-year period, and that led to running a successful farm, partly anyway, in terms of a constant workforce. Patrick has done research. He's got family photographs, This one's from a collection by Nora Sweeney, and maybe also this is the Nora Sweeney collection, but it's a fantastic looking book. You can tell from reading on from the first paragraph onwards that it's actually very well written, and this, each paragraph has got some kind of original thought in it. So I can't wait to actually sit down and read the whole thing and see what we can learn about farming in that part of Ontario, and then, being selfish about it, what it might tell us about farming in our part of Munster. See how things changed, see what traditions continue to this day over in Ontario that maybe emerged here in Ireland. Okay, looks smashing. I came across Patrick on Facebook, so look up Patrick Leahy Farming Ontario in Facebook and you'll come across him, and I know he has links to buying the book there, but it looks the biz, and well done, Patrick.